Imagine trading your big, noisy computer for a tiny silver box that disappears on your desk, but quietly runs your entire creative business, your job, your side hustle, your entertainment, all at once, without breaking a sweat. That's the promise of the M5 Mac Mini. Before you scroll away because it's just a box with no screen, listen, this might be the most powerful, most underrated Mac Apple sells. And if you pick the right configuration, it could easily be the best computer you buy in the next 5 years. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what it actually feels like to live with an M5 Mac Mini day to day. It's secretly perfect for who should avoid it, and the traps most people fall into when they order one. Stick with me to the end, because I'll also tell you the exact kind of configuration I would buy if I were starting from zero right now. Let's start with this very simple question. What is your current computer doing that actually makes your life harder? Is it loud fans? Is it lag when you have a bunch of tabs open? Is it your laptop turning into a space heater the moment you open Zoom? Or maybe it's just clutter. Cables, a big tower, a chunky laptop stand that eats your entire desk. Mac Mini exists for people who are done with that. It's this tiny, almost boring-looking box that doesn't try to impress you with a huge screen or flashy design. But inside, you're getting Apple's latest M-series chip. Desktop-class power, almost no noise, incredibly low power use. You plug in an SD card or external SSD and drag 4K footage straight into your editing software. You stack a few layers of clips, color grade them, throw on some text and transitions, you scrub the timeline. Instead of stutters and dropped frames, it just plays. You hit export. You're not making coffee while your project crawls to 100%. You're watching it fly. Or maybe you're a developer. You've got a bunch of browser tabs. Your editor, a couple of Docker containers, maybe a local database, and your terminal windows, all running at once. Apple's chips are built to handle this kind of multitasking efficiently. You get snappy performance, but you're not listening to a jet engine under your desk for 8 hours a day. And what about casual gaming? No, the Mac Mini is not a replacement for a tricked-out Windows gaming rig with a giant dedicated GPU, but for Apple Arcade, indie games, emulation, cloud gaming services, or lighter titles. It holds its own, especially when you pair it with a good display and controller. You can end your workday, pick up a gamepad, and your little productivity box becomes your chill box. Here's where it gets interesting. The M5 Mac Mini is secretly perfect for 3 types of people. First, creators on a budget. You're doing YouTube, podcasting, Twitch streaming, design, or photography. You don't actually need a $3,000 laptop to be legit. What you really need is reliable performance, quiet operation for clean audio, and enough power to handle your edits without crashing. The Mac Mini lets you put your money where it actually matters. A better monitor, a better microphone, a decent camera, or more storage. Instead of paying extra for a laptop screen you barely use on the go, you're investing in the parts of your setup your audience actually sees and hears. Second, families and shared spaces. You've got a living room, kitchen corner, or small home office in a US apartment or house. You don't want a giant tower with rainbow lights and cables everywhere. You want something that looks clean, blends in, and just works when your partner, kids, or roommates sit down to use it. The Mac Mini slips under a monitor or TV, almost invisible. One box, one power cable. A couple of ports for external drives. Everyone logs into their account and it just runs. No drama. Third, small businesses. Think about a front desk computer, a check-in kiosk, a point-of-sale system, digital signage player, a small home server. You don't want your receptionist or staff dealing with a massive tower or a flaky old Windows box that crashes. Twice a week? The Mac Mini is small, reliable, energy efficient, and quiet. Put it behind a monitor, lock it down, and let it do its job. But let's be honest, the M5 Mac Mini is not for everyone. If you need portability like actual coffee, shop, client meeting, campus library, portability, this is not your main machine. Yes, you can throw it in a backpack, but then you also need a monitor, keyboard, mouse, and power. At that point, just get a laptop. If you're a hardcore PC gamer who lives inside Windows-only AA titles, and you want the absolute highest frame rates with maxed out graphics, a Mac Mini isn't going to magically replace your gaming rig. You'll still be better off with a dedicated gaming PC or console alongside it. And if you absolutely hate external accessories and just want everything built into one device with no extra boxes or cables, the Mini's modular approach might annoy you. It's made to be the brain of a setup, not the entire setup by itself. Now, if you're still here, you're probably in that sweet spot where the Mac Mini makes sense. So let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes people make when buying. 1. Trap number 1. Going for the absolute base config just to save money. Everyone does this. You see the starting price? It looks amazing. You think, I'll just grab the cheapest one. I only do light work anyway. Here's the problem. Most people underestimate how demanding light work has actually become. Modern websites are heavy. Chrome or Safari with a bunch of tabs can chew through memory, add zoom, messaging apps, maybe an editing app or a design tool, and suddenly you're juggling more than you think. On these machines, memory is shared between the CPU and GPU. It's incredibly fast, but if you don't give it enough, you'll start to feel slowdowns sooner than you'd like. So if you want this Mac Mini to last you several years, do yourself a favor, don't starve it. If you can reasonably afford to step up from the base memory and storage, do it. Especially if you edit video, make music, run VMs or containers, or keep a ton of apps open all day. That upgrade will pay you back every single day in smoothness and in how long the machine stays fast enough. Trap number 2, paying for more raw chip power than you'll ever use. On the other side, a lot of people max out the CPU and GPU just because the top tier sounds cool. They've watched a few benchmark videos, seen some big numbers, and think, I need that. Ask yourself, what are you really doing every day? If your life is mostly email, office apps, browsing, media consumption, some light photo editing, maybe occasional 108 OP or simple 4K video, the base level M-series chip already feels ridiculously fast compared to most older machines. The higher end versions shine when you're doing heavy 3D graphics, complex color grading, multiple streams of high-resolution footage, or large code bases with massive parallel builds. If that's not your world, you might be better off putting that money into more storage or a better monitor instead of flexing with maxed-out silicon you barely touch. Trap number 3. Forgetting that the Mac Mini is only half the experience. The box is just the brain. Your actual day-to-day happiness comes from everything around it. A sharp, color-accurate monitor will make a bigger difference than tiny CPU gains. A comfortable keyboard and mouse or trackpad will change how you feel at your desk. Good speakers or headphones will make music, movies, and editing more enjoyable. A fast external SSD will keep your projects organized and spacious. If you burn your whole budget on the highest Mac Mini configuration and then pair it with a cheap, washed-out monitor